Let's talk about running. I don't know if this is a good idea to have my phone on my steering wheel while I drive, but I think I'm supposed to have it this way. So today is, like I said earlier, I'm driving to see my family while I'm driving home in the treacherous rain. I like to talk about running. And I'm also making another YouTube video, maybe titled, "What do I know about running?" Why should you take advice from me? Maybe you shouldn't. Because you know what I know about running? Nada. I didn't know too much about running. I mean, my first marathon was exactly a year ago. May 1st of last year. What's the most miles I've ever done? Only 45 miles. But hey, what motivates me to run is actually learning about running performance. How to optimize my running. How to be able to run for a very long time. There's there's a sense of freedom that we have with running. And that freedom would be awesome if I could cover loads and loads of miles without injury, with minimal effort. My hope is to be able to optimize my running performance to its best capabilities. When I say it, I mean my body's best capabilities. Our innate capabilities we were born with, if that's such a thing. To me, it's actually so weird that our bodies are made for movement. Like our biological biomechanics is made for movement, and yet it is so normal for us to just be kind of stale. For example, what do we do most of our time? We drive from place to place, sit in one place. We drive to one place. From sitting in one place, we drive to another place to do, you know what? To sit some more. And the idea is that our joints that are meant for movement are really not doing anything of such. Now, why is that? We've normalized our lives around being stale with no movement. And when I tell people that I run, a lot of the response to this is why? Why do you do this to yourself? But is the correct response that they have? Am I the crazy person to go running? Or is it the individual that isn't utilizing their body that is meant for movement. I don't know. You know, this is like the philosophy of running. Hopefully I don't get lost on the way to New York City. That's where I grew up. Don't live there anymore. Not because of the running part, although there is not that much running going on. And I'm not a big city person, however, people love running in the cities. More power to them. Personally, I'm kind of scared of getting hit by a car. Hence why I love the trails and just the sense of nature. Although that cement jungle, what do they call it? Cement jungle? No. So today is me blabbing about maybe philosophy of running, why I run, what's going on about running. So I don't know, do you guys find it weird that we have these bodies that are meant for movement? I mean, do you disagree that our bodies are meant for movement? I think a lot of our injuries occur because of the lack of movement, right? We're so stale. So once we start moving, something breaks, something falls, something rips, something happens that's not right because they just have our muscles, our tendons, our ligaments haven't had the time to be able to get used to movement. And so when they're not being utilized in movement, they're just not stretched enough. They're just not ready for it. So when there is some movement, they pop, they rip, they break. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I mean, running is not there's biking, there's walking, everything, you know. Being active is probably pretty important. And I mean, I think everybody knows that. You just don't want to. Life is too easy, right? We have pills that can make us live forever essentially in a state of vegetableness, but we could still live forever. Well, not really vegetable. We could have all kinds of problems and still outlive our ancestors because of modern medicine. So I guess you don't really need exercise if you want to be on a ton of pills, if you want to be in pain. But hey, I run and I'm in pain. But maybe because and that's why I try to learn. That's why I try to learn my, how to get better in my running performance. So I'm not in pain from running the wrong way, from not utilizing the right running form. But if running is natural to us, then why am I in pain? No. So what are my plans? Well, my plans for this weekend is no running, just seeing the family. Next weekend, next Saturday, I actually have a first race of the season. It's only about 10.5 miles, but it's 10.5 miles with 4,000 elevation gain, or should I say with vert, some ultra running lingo. I don't know. Still gotta learn the ultra running lingo. I'm only a baby ultra runner. What do I know? I don't know anything. Where is everyone? It's 10 a.m. Are you guys running? Are you running? Maybe you guys are running. Getting some in the rain. Nothing is stopping you. Flooding. Nope. Still doing it. Now that is a badass attitude. That's a good attitude to have. To be able to run through all kinds of issues. Sometimes when you have issues in life, the best thing for it is to run through them physically, actually running and thinking about those issues and working through them. Sometimes you could work through some serious issues while running. Sometimes when you stress too much about life, running makes it all go away. What would I be without running? Probably in the same place I was without running 2-3 years ago. Not in a bad place, in a decent place. It's not like running saved my life. It didn't really. It didn't do anything really. It did. It did actually do a lot for me. It helps me with anxiety. Not really diagnosed with anxiety. I feel anxiety. Didn't know it was anxiety until I started running. And then, this feeling of me not feeling nervous all the time. Run. And that, my friends, does get somewhat addicting. I wonder if my video in this live chat is grainy. Last time I did a live running session, I didn't realize, but it was very grainy due to, cell towers and whatnot on trails. Just never know when you lose reception. I could be talking to myself for all I know. Well, right now, I am talking to myself because there's absolutely 0 people watching me. But you just never know who's gonna watch you later. Even 10 people watching is worth making this. Is this a vlog? I guess this is a running vlog, right? Being carefree in all aspects of life. Not just carefree running, but being carefree everywhere. It's actually, I'm not a carefree runner, but I want to be a carefree runner. Hence, why the channel is called Carefree Running. Is I want to create a carefree philosophy for myself everywhere. Not just running, just living in life in a carefree environment. Which will reduce stress, anxiety, and everything that is negative. Not carefree about like financial, just being a bum or not like that, or not caring about family and whatnot. No, just the opposite. Be more caring about things that you love, and be carefree about things that you hate, and things that stresses you out, and things that gives you anxiety. And going out on runs, not for the cadences, not for your PRs, not for your pace, which all that is fine, and I do that all the time as well. But sometimes you just go out there and run until you just can't run anymore. Just seeing the world from your feet. Being able to get anywhere. Climb any mountain, climb any peak. Go through lakes, rivers on your 2 feet. Going for miles and miles and miles and miles. And just see how far you could get. Now that is the ultimate carefree environment. So, subscribe, guys. Get some of these more videos. Get some of these live philosophical running talks. Tell me if these talks are kind of fun for you. This is just randomness about trying to keep it running. But hey, running is the base for other issues that people deal with. So the psychology of running could be anything, really. But yeah, subscribe, and thanks for watching.